Think auto repair shops might be ripping you off? You're not alone. According to the American Automobile Association, 63% of drivers don't trust mechanics, jacking up prices, pushing unnecessary services, and scaring people into paying more. Today, I'm revealing 11 common scams mechanics use to drain your wallet and how to avoid them. Stick around because at the end I'll share one simple rule that will ensure you never fall for a scam again. The urgent fluid flush. You've probably heard it. Your coolant looks like sludge. You need a flush. ASAP. Mechanics know fluid flushes sound important and scary, so it's a foolproof way to upcharge. The reality? Most transmission fluid, coolant, and even power steering fluid in modern cars are engineered to last anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 miles. Yet plenty of shops insist you do it as early as 30,000 miles because it's an easy, high-profit service. Here's how they scare you. They'll show a dirty fluid sample that may not even be from your car, or they'll use terms like contamination or sludge buildup. Before you panic, check your owner's manual for the recommended interval. And if they claim it's urgent, demand proof, a test strip, or a lab report that indicates the fluid really is deteriorated. If they can't provide concrete evidence, hold off. That $100 to $300 flush might be completely unnecessary. The mystery check engine light. You're driving along and that haunting amber light flickers on. It's enough to make anyone nervous, and mechanics know it. They'll often jump to scary possibilities like a failing catalytic converter, quoting you $1,000 or more. However, the EPA reports that nearly 10% of check engine alerts are minor issues, a loose gas cap or a small vacuum leak. You don't have to be an expert to figure out what's happening. A basic OBD2 scanner costing about $20 can read the code and tell you exactly what triggered the light. Often, you'll find a code indicating something as simple as P0455, a large evap leak that can be solved by tightening or replacing a gas cap. So when a shop claims the problem is massive and you need a major overhaul, remember, code reading is a quick, affordable reality check. Unnecessary air filter replacements. Look how nasty your air filter is. The mechanic pulls out a dust-caked part that looks like it's been sitting in a landfill for years. But is that really your filter? It might just be a filthy showpiece they've been using to scare unsuspecting customers all day. Here's the truth. Most engine air filters last 15,000 to 30,000 miles. And unless you're driving in extremely dusty environments, you won't need to change as often as they claim. A quick way to guard yourself is to take a picture of your own filter before handing your keys over. If they try to show you a filter that looks dramatically worse, you'll know something's fishy. And if you do need to replace it, you can easily do it yourself. Usually it's as simple as popping open a cover under the hood and swapping in a fresh one you bought online for a fraction of the shop's price. Factory only, parts myth. You'll void your warranty if you don't use factory parts. That's a line designed to scare you into paying top dollar for OEM components. While certain high-end or specialized warranties do demand OEM, most warranties accept aftermarket parts as long as they meet the manufacturer's specifications. The catch? Dealerships and shops mark up OEM parts significantly, sometimes 30 to 50% higher than aftermarket equivalents. If your manual or warranty paperwork states genuine or equivalent, you're safe choosing a reputable aftermarket brand. Companies like Denso or Bosch often supply both factory and aftermarket parts, so the reliability difference can be negligible. The next time a mechanic insists on OEM, ask them to show you where your warranty explicitly demands it. If they can't, you might be looking at a padded invoice rather than a genuine requirement. Overcharging for simple fixes. Have you ever been charged over $100 to replace a cabin air filter, only to learn later it's a 2-minute DIY job? You'd be surprised how often shops tack on labor fees for tasks you could do in your driveway with zero experience. Cabin air filters, wiper blades, headlight bulb swaps, these are not complex endeavors. In many cars, you simply unclip a panel, pull out the old part, and slide in the new one. So before you authorize a 30-minute labor charge, take a moment to watch a YouTube tutorial for your specific make and model. If it looks easy enough, buy the part online and do it yourself. Labor is where shops profit the most, and they rely on you not knowing how simple these small jobs can be. Phantom repairs. This is one of the dirtiest tricks in the book. You pay for a major repair, but the part never got replaced. Maybe they said your car needed a new fuel pump, or they claimed they flushed the transmission, yet everything is exactly the same afterward. According to the Federal Trade Commission, auto repair fraud costs billions each year, and phantom repairs are a major contributor. How do you avoid paying for work that never happened? Ask to see the old part. If they did, in fact, swap out your timing belt, they should be able to produce the worn belt they removed. Reputable shops are happy to do this. It's standard procedure. Another option is to request before and after photos, and always check your invoice for vague wording like system service or adjusted components. Demand clarity. If a shop refuses, go somewhere else. Shock and strut upsells. Your shocks and struts are done for. We recommend a full replacement immediately. Some mechanics assume you'll bite just because your odometer passed a certain milestone, 60,000 miles for example, but these components don't expire on a strict timeline. They wear out based on driving conditions, potholes, off-road journeys, or hauling heavy cargo. Many last well beyond 100,000 miles if you're mostly on smooth roads. A quick home test, press down on each corner of your car. If it bounces more than twice before settling, you might need new shocks or struts. If it's steady, they're likely fine. Also watch for signs like uneven tire wear, knocking noises, or a notably rough ride. If you don't have those symptoms, don't rush into a pricey suspension overhaul. Inflated labor hours. Ever wonder why a repair took 20 minutes, but the bill shows 3 hours of labor? That's because many shops use a book time system that estimates standard labor for each job. If a skilled mechanic finishes faster, you still pay for the full book time. Some shops even stack multiple book time jobs and charge for overlapping hours as if they were done separately. To counter this, hop online and check sites like RepairPal or Your Mechanic. They offer average labor times and fair price ranges. If the number your shop quotes is way beyond the standard, challenge them or call around for quotes, and always get a written estimate before any work begins. If the final invoice is drastically higher, you have grounds to dispute the charge. The free inspection trap. Hey, drop by for a free courtesy inspection. Sounds great, right? It's a classic tactic to draw you in. Then, once they've got your car on the lift, they magically discover a half dozen urgent issues. Belts about to snap, suspension on its last legs, fluid leaks that could ruin your engine. In truth, many of these so-called problems are minor or entirely fabricated, but they'll quote you hundreds or even thousands for immediate repairs. The best defense? Never say yes to on-the-spot fixes after a free inspection. Take the info they give you, say you need to think about it, and get a second opinion. In most cases, if it's a genuine emergency, another reputable shop or a trusted mechanic friend will confirm the issue. If they don't, you've just saved yourself a massive, unnecessary bill. After seeing these 11 scams, you might be wondering how on earth you can guard yourself against all of them. It boils down to a single rule. Always get a second opinion and ask for proof. If a mechanic says you need something urgent, request photos, ask to see the old part, or check the recommended service intervals in your manual. A trustworthy shop won't hesitate to give you clear evidence. If this video saved you money or potentially saved you from a nasty ripoff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll get more insider tips on keeping your car in top shape without breaking the bank. While you're here, don't forget to watch our next video, and thanks for tuning in.